Condos and townhomes. Getting a lot of inquiries lately about condos and townhomes because the pricing on single family houses is getting pretty steep. There are some people who are thinking about maybe changing their criteria and looking at multifamily housing, whether that's a condo or a townhome. There are people who are realizing they want to be in a more social environment, whether that's a condo or a townhome. There are people who are thinking, gee, I wonder if I could make an investment in property in the Las Vegas Valley that's going to carry itself, that's going to achieve more rental income than what the costs are. And so an easier way to get into that might be condos or townhomes. And so we see a lot of activity taking place in this segment of the real estate market in Las Vegas. So this video series is devoted to looking at the multifamily residential segment, or condos and townhomes. And I segregate those two because they're distinct populations of multifamily housing. And so we look at monthly what these are. This is the video where you can find out what actually took place within the past month in condos and in townhomes. And this is the video that puts it into a bit of context, certainly at least an annual context and a comparative context between condos and townhomes. So let's get started. I am Justin Miller with the Chong Miller Group. We help people buy and sell homes. This is the March 2022 market update for condos and townhome resales in the Las Vegas Valley. So let's look first at condos. Median sales price for condominiums in the Las Vegas Valley, and remember, condos does not include high-rise luxury condos on the Strip or anywhere else in the valley. These are traditional condo units that exist around the valley. $225,000. It's another record. It's the 12th record in 14 months. It is up 5.1% from the 214,000 at the end of January. Pricing in the condo market, very strong. Now, this is actually up from $161,750, or 32.3% from the end of February of 2021. Massive increase in the level of pricing for condos in the Las Vegas Valley over this past year. A third, right? So what about sales? Because it doesn't matter. You can price it at anything if you're not worried about it selling. You could be sitting in the $58 million condo if you don't care if it sells. Most people want their property to sell. That's why they put it on the market, not just simply for bragging rights about how expensive their condo is. Well, did condos sell? Yeah, they did. 373 of them sold in February. That's down. It's down 11.0% from the 419 that sold in January. And that may be cause for concern. Now, I will say there were 391 pending sales contracts for condos at the end of January, and we closed 373. So 18 units less than what there were for pendings. So most of the condos that went into contract did close, at least numerically. This is actually up. It's up 2 condos from where we were last year in closings, 371 at the end of February, or had closed during the month of February in 2021. So this number looks not super strong, a little bit weak, but it's about in line with where we were with pendings. So about in line with what we would have expected for February. But what about looking at data that starts to look forward in time, not just what closed, but what could close going forward? For sale. 306 condos for sale in the Las Vegas Valley. at the end of February of 2022. That's down 18.4% from 375 condos for sale at the end of January. It's down 61.1% from the 796 that were for sale at the end of February of 2021. We have almost no condos for sale. And it's hard to sell lots of condos that are not for sale. And so we're starting to see the results of really critically low inventory showing up in number of transactions. It's not from lack of demand. It's from lack of ability to sell because there's nothing to sell. We're down 61.6% in for sale standing inventory from where we were at this time last year, at the end of February of 2021. And that number in February of 2021 was leading us into a year of escalating prices because we didn't have enough to sell. We had acutely low inventory then. We have crisis levels of inventory now. 306 condos for sale at the end of February in a metropolitan statistical area of almost 2.4 million people. No wonder prices are going up, 12th record in 14 months. Well, what about new into market? Because we do get new inventory producing potential future sales. Well, that number looks pretty decent, 502 new into market. That's up. It's up 19.0% from the 422 that were new into market in January. Now, new into market in December and January tend to be the lowest of the year. So we get a regular seasonal change here where we get more new into market. So we're up 19%. It's about seasonally appropriate. We're actually down still 3.3% from new into market last year in February when we had 519. Now, it's not a large number of units. It's 17 additional units that we got into market last year in February. But it means that we're not being helped at all on this inventory problem with new listings that are coming in to be ready to sell. So we've got acutely low inventory. 306 for sale, and we had 373 that sold, leading to a 5.1% increase in price. We're just setting ourselves up for a lot of continued increasing pricing appreciation as we go throughout this year, unless something really changes in the inventory profile of what this market is looking like. And it's hard to see exactly where all that new inventory is going to start to come from. So I'm concerned that condos are becoming so competitive that a lot of people are going to start to find that condos may not be the be-all and end-all for the pricing concerns that they had to get into the real estate market. Now, there's ways around this, but you're going to have to think about carefully and creatively what kind of pricing you're looking at for condos. We're up 32.3% year over year, 12th record in 14 months. Okay, so let's turn our attention to the townhome market. I'm Justin Miller with the Chong Miller Group. I produce these videos to put valuable real estate information into the public domain. If you find these videos to be interesting, helpful, or have usable content, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as they say in the YouTube universe, please smash the like button. That way I'll know to continue to produce videos like this. Thank you. And now back to our show. Townhomes are a different category of multifamily. Maybe they look different. And they actually do. They look a little bit different. The data are starting to diverge a little bit, although the problems are not necessarily diverging at all. So median sale price for townhomes at the end of February of 2022, $308,000. No, it's up. It's up $8,000 from January, from $300,000. It is up 2.7%. This is the 12th record high price in 13 months in the townhome market. This is up 27.3% from the $242,000 median sale price last year at the end of February of 2021. So $308,000, up 27.3% year over year. 12th record in 13 months. What about number of townhomes sold? Number of townhomes sold in February, 281. That's up. It's up 2.6% from the 274 that sold in January. Again, sort of seasonally what we'd expect, a little bit of increase from January to February. There were 297 pendings, contracts that had been written in January that we expected to close in February. We closed 281. So we closed all but 16 of those, at least numerically. So pretty much in line with what we expected February to look like in terms of sold townhomes. So what about for sale? What could we sell looking forward? 194 townhomes for sale at the end of February of 2022. That's down. It's down 11.4% from 219 that were for sale at the end of January. January was already a record low inventory. So we are 11.4% lower on the record low inventory than we saw just a month ago. That's how quickly we're eating through stuff in this market, townhomes in this market. We're down 11.4% from the already record low price we were at just 30 days prior, just 28 days prior. What about new in the market? 328 newly listed townhomes in February of 2022. That's up 4.8% from the 313 townhomes that were listed in January. It's a seasonal, we should expect a seasonal increase here, and this is a little bit less than we would expect in a normal season, but at least it's up a little bit. We're actually up, fortunately, 2.5% or 8 townhomes from where we were last year in terms of new into market, new listings. That's not any help in this market. And so 2.4 million people, there's 194 townhomes available for sale at the end of February, 306 condos available for sale at the end of February. That means between them, across the two different types of multiple family housing, 500 units for 2.4 million people. Inventory is just effectively non-existent. We are in a crisis with regard to multifamily housing inventory. Prices will continue to go up. What does this mean? It means that if you're a buyer of a multifamily housing unit, you need to be working with an agent who really understands what this market is, what the different segments of this market are, how to orient yourself for success in this market, because units that are for sale are getting multiple offers day in and day out. And if you're not prepared, and or if you don't have an agent who really understands what's going on in this market, you're not going to be successful. Find an agent. At the Chong Miller Group, we deal with condos and townhomes all the time. And we like the market segment. We own townhomes. We've owned townhomes in the past. We've owned condos in the past. We don't happen to own a condo right now at this particular point in time. But we've helped lots of clients get into condos. We've helped lots of clients sell condos. We've helped lots of clients get into townhomes and sell townhomes. And so if you're a buyer, please reach out to us. We would love to be able to help you. If you're a seller, I was showing a condo the other day. They had 444 days on market. Just simply listing your property is not sufficient to get it sold. Hiring an agent who doesn't know what they're doing is not sufficient to get it sold. We actually just helped one of our clients get into contract on the sale side, the listing of her condo. She had gone through 7 months with a prior agent in this market that didn't get sold. We know what we're doing in this marketplace. Now, she has a specialized condo. It's not the kind of thing that's going to go in half a day. Timelines are a little bit different in the multifamily housing segment as well from the single family housing segment. We know how to market your properties, and we know how to get you the best dollar for your properties because we know how to get the greatest number of showings and the greatest number of people potentially making offers on your properties. Give us a call. We'd be happy to talk with you about how we can help you. There's no obligation to talk to us, but you may find that we actually have a lot of the capabilities that would help you through your transaction, make it as easy as possible for you and as successful as possible for you. Reach out to us. We'd love to be able to talk with you. I am Justin Miller with the Chong Miller Group. I look forward to seeing you in the next video and hopefully helping you with your real estate adventures. Thank you.